And speaking of money. Speaking of money, hold up. There it is. We out here. UNC. Y'all spending some big bills, bro. Let's call it for what it is. Let's call it for what it is. Because I did the breakdown of the article we read today, bro. I did the breakdown, right? Read the article, crunched the numbers. So amongst Bill Belichick and his entire staff, and I reread the article and they got the numbers wrong after I added up everything they put in there. Yeah, we pocket watching. Y'all saw the title. Bill Belichick and the North Carolina Tigers, their total salary for this year for their coaching staff, $16.7 million. The article that we read for some reason said 16.3, but I added up all the numbers they had in that article, came out to 16.77 mil, right?
Yeah.
Here's the breakdown for you. Bill Belichick's at $10 million. Steve Belichick, $1.3 million. Freddie Kitchens, $1.15 million. Then you got Will Friend, $750,000. Matt Lombardi, $600,000. Bob Diaco, the D-line coach, $575,000. Garrick McGee, the wide receiver coach, $525,000. Brian Belichick, $500,000. Mike Pfeiffer, special teams coach, $400,000. Natrone Means, the running backs coach, $357,000. He had the oddest number in here. Armand Hawkins, cornerback coach, $275,000. Billy Miller, the special teams assistant coach, at $190,000. And then Jamie Collins, the inside linebackers coach, at $150,000. Now, I have to ask you this question. Who was overpaid? Who was underpaid? Because
I think Friend was underpaid.
You think Friend was underpaid at $750,000?
I think Friend was underpaid. I thought he was going to be a part of that $1 million group.
Mm-hmm.
I think Freddie Kitchens is. I don't think. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that. I don't think he's overpaid. And if I did say that, I'll say just barely, not by a whole lot. So I'm not really. I'm not gonna say that he's overpaid or underpaid. We'll have to see what it looks like when the season rolls around. If the offense looks good, if the offense looks real good, then I'm gonna say he was underpaid. But let's see. I would say. Yeah, I really think it's just Means and the Lombardi son, Matt Lombardi.
Okay.
I think he's a little underpaid based off of his career and what he's put out product wise when it comes down to quarterbacks. I think he's a little underpaid.
I'm gonna say this respectfully. Billy Miller, special teams assistant, being paid more than Jamie Collins, the inside linebackers coach. That's crazy to me.
Well, I don't really like. I think because Jamie Collins doesn't have as extensive of a coaching career though.
To me, it's the premise of where you're at. Special teams assistant versus inside linebacker coach. Like they don't have an outside linebackers coach.
That's fair.
It is just an inside linebacker.
When you get the level from like assistant to actual coach, I get that.
Yeah. So to me. Now, had they been paid the same, I wouldn't have been upset. But to look over and say the special teams assistant is paid more than me as the inside linebackers coach, I think that's wild. I think that's a little crazy. And then I'll agree. I think Matt Lombardi should have got a little bit more money. I think he's a little bit underpaid.
That's just based off track record. I think based off track record, I think he should have got a little bit more. But I think what other thing is like they were underpaying. Or they paid the newer staff less. So, like, returning staff outside of Bill Belichick was getting paid higher. Because they did say they got, I think they got like 15% more than everybody else at least, or got a 15% increase.
Which is retention and things like that. So I can concede to that, and I can understand that.
Because I would rather, like I said, outside of my head coach, I would rather pay a new member of my coaching staff less. Mm-hmm. And if he's bad, then I didn't feel like I spent a whole lot on him. But if he does turn out to be good, then it's like, okay, then we can just
got him for a
increase the pay. Yeah, then we got him for a steal, or then we could talk about at the end of the season, we just increase his pay.
That's
Like,
fair.
you know what, based off performance, boom, here's your bonuses, here's your increase, here's what you get. Because you proved to us that this is what we can do.
That's fair. And like I said, to me, it was just, it's kind of crazy. And the fact that North Carolina shelled out this money and it was just like, hey, yo, 16 mil, bam, on coaching staff, we got it. It's like, first of all, not even gonna hold you. Where y'all been keeping that money? Because Bill alone is making double what Mac Brown was making.
Oh yeah, and
So,
to be honest,
and I'm not saying Bill's not worth it. It's just the question of where did y'all get the funds? You see what I'm saying?
oh, they got the funds once they cut Mac Brown.
Yeah, fair.
Because that's $5 million off the board. That's insurance you ain't paying.
Wow.
That's stipends you ain't paying.
This man said that's insurance you ain't paying. That's
insurance you pay, stipends you ain't paying. That's 401k you ain't paying
that's
into.
crazy. That's crazy.
I'm just
sir.
saying. I'm just saying, like when you get because think about it, once you get removed from a job, they stop paying your 401, don't it? That's what I'm saying. And if I got a match, exactly. And if I got a match, $5 million in a 401k.
Oh, hold up. If you got to match that,
exactly. Like I'm not matching for like that. If I got to match your salary in your 401, no, if I can get rid of that, I will. Because think about it. With Bills, then you probably negotiated. Listen, you here? We'll pay you $10 million. However, we're not giving you a 401. He's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm here for the fun. I'm here for the giggles.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly. I'm here for the giggles and the cake party. I ain't here for all the bells and whistles.
The giggles in the keg party is crazy. But overall, I mean, when you got money like that, bump it. You can have as many giggles and keg parties as you want. But I just think that's kind of crazy. I just think it's real interesting, to be honest.